Hello and welcome, aspirant, our future change maker of India. Hope you are doing well. I know you are preparing hard for your goal. This video is for you. It's not a lecture, so it's just you and me. And in today's video, I'll try to ignite the spark, unveil the power of science and technology in UPSC. Let's get started. So it's already December. So if I guess it correctly, you're on a full swing of you know your prelims preparation, be it a start or revision of your prelims. I think this slide gives you a good understanding on science and technology and its impact, or the impact it has created on the prelims so far. So if you ask me about trends, so the past decade, 2013 to 23, so the weightage of science and technology has ranged from 10 to 20%. So as you know, so it's part of general studies paper 1, and we have a decent number of science and technology questions ranging from 10 to 20%, in our general studies paper 1, which is a decent number. And if you ask me about the numbers, so on an average 10 to 15 questions out of 100, that is 20 to 30 marks, are asked from this subject, so which is a decent average again. So as a UPSC aspirant, your the direction of cracking the UPSC or gaining knowledge from this different sources for UPSC should always be focused. So if you ask me about the focus areas in the last decade, so you can see one of the key focus areas have been current advancements. So it's not the static knowledge, but the current advancements, what's going on in space technology, biotechnology, and nanotechnology. And one of the important focus areas we have is defense technology, of course, and the applications of latest technology innovations like artificial intelligence. And the other focus area have been environmental science. So there is always a balance between you know the technology and environment. So environmental science related innovations has been one of the focus areas, and everyday applications of science like food technology, nutrition, material science, and so on. So these have been focus areas so far. And today, if you ask me, uh, do we have any timelines or any facts support these statements? Then if you look at the timelines of prelims trends, so these are some of the facts from previous year questions. So in 2015, approximately 14 questions has appeared from science and technology in the prelims paper, and the key themes have been ISRO missions, genetic engineering. And in 2018, approximately 12 questions from artificial intelligence and satellites, similarly in 2020. So in the upcoming meetings between you and me, whenever we discuss the relevant topics like satellites, artificial intelligence, you will witness all these questions. So these are all facts, and good to have this analysis before you start, or before you start revising. So the way you're thinking of your revision strategy should change from now if you have not analyzed these trends and timelines. Yeah. So in 2023, approximately 10 questions from quantum computing. Quantum computing have been largely focused, and cybersecurity, of course, as a part of security technologies. So I hope you got a good analysis or understanding of the footprint of science and technology on prelims. Let's go forward. If you take the same analysis strategy in the mains, so as we have general studies paper 1 in prelims, so the science and technology has its importance in general studies paper 3 in the mains, and science and technology holds a dedicated section in the GS paper 3, as you know. So here, if you look at the weightage, just like you have observed in the prelims, so out of 250 marks, 80 to 100 marks, that is, it translates around 3 to 5 mains questions are from science and technology, which is again a good weightage. So we are slowly, you and me, are trying to unveil the power of science and technology. So knowing the facts will not help us. So as we got some understanding on the focus areas in prelims, let's see some of the emphasis areas in the mains. So one of the key emphasis areas, this is for you to note, has been government policies and programs for promoting science, digital India, you know, make in India. So these are some of the inspiring government policies and programs that brought in a lot of progress in the promotion of science and technology. So that has been one of the emphasis areas, not only in mains, but questions have been asked and could be asked during the interviews as well. And the other emphasis areas is challenges in technology adoption. So with the growing speed of technologies around us, so there is always a concern of adopting to those technologies. For example, artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, there is a concern raised by one of the pioneer technologist, Elon Musk, very recently, that AI could surpass human capabilities and they could win over humanity. So that is one of the concerns. So there are challenges, there are some rules and guidelines that we impose and control the technology adoption. So that is one of the emphasis areas. Similarly, one of the evergreen topics has been space exploration, and India has been progressing like never before. So there has been advancements, achievements in the space of space exploration. So it's obvious that we expect good number of questions from this area. Similarly, biotechnology, vaccinations, robotics, and artificial intelligence. So, now looking at the timelines for the main stunts. So, if you look at some facts, then you can see in the year 2016, you have three questions. And as I said, one of the emphasis areas, the government policies and programs. So, Digital India, there has been a question from Digital India, GM crops, and ISRO missions. Similarly, in 2018, there has been questions around AI application, nanotechnology, and data privacy. Data privacy is one of the challenges in technology adoption. Similarly, in 2020, we had five questions, that is the highest. So we had questions on pandemic. So it has been a pandemic era. So pandemic technologies, gene editing, 5G, and so on. And in 2022, we have questions around three on drone technology and quantum computing. So, aspirant, I believe you now got a good analysis and good picture of importance, or maybe you can call footprint of science and technology in both prelims and mains. So this should create a mind map inside you. So your preparation strategy should change from static concepts to probably emphasis areas that we discussed. And I will, in our future discussions, I will try my best to simplify the science and technology concepts, and keep in mind to bring in all these emphasis areas in the content or in our discussions going forward. So, going forward, big aims. So, this is not a deviation from the topic, but this is my way of remembering what, as an aspirant, you should be learning or keeping in mind about the topics in science and technology. So, hereafter, when we both meet and discuss about science and technology, remember this mnemonic. And for us, it is big is biotechnology, information technology, and general science. And aims is achievements of Indian scientists or programs, Indian space program, medical sciences, and security technologies. So remember big aims throughout the video series, or if you and me are lucky, we could meet up in a live session. So we will be discussing one or more topics from this mnemonic big aims. Okay, now that we have covered, you know, some of the facts, trends, emphasis areas of science and technology in prelims and mains, do you think it is enough? So if you ask me, I would say no, because we have to analyze the evolution of patterns in the way the questions are framed, and in the way the topics are chosen. Not only science and technology, be it any subject, any competitive exam. So there is an evolution of pattern. So based on the resource availability, based on the ongoing topics, there is always a change or shift in the focus from one topic to other. So if we look at the evolution and patterns over the time. So during 1990s and 2000s, the focus area was largely on static science concepts. So when I say static science concepts, majority of the content is covered in 6th to 12th NCERT books. So there is a conventional way of learning science and technology or any other concepts for UPSC, that is to cover NCERT books in the first 2 or 4 weeks, which worked very well in 1990s and 2000s because directly laws of physics was asked, biological systems was asked. But as the time passed in 2010s, the focus shifted to applied science rather than theoretical concepts and laws. So applied science, why applied science? Why? Because there are so many technological advancements at that time. In recent times, in 2020s, heavy focus on current affairs. So if you remember the last slides, both in prelims and mains, around 2020s, there were questions on COVID and pandemic. So there were no NCRT books that explain about COVID. So there are no biology subjects around this pandemic, right? So it is a current affair. So the world was shaken with this pandemic. So UPSC board is expecting you know its future officers like you to be well versed with the current affairs, and especially in science and technology, today's focus is heavily on current affairs. And the most important is policy oriented questions. So any government policies, government bodies formed to promote science and technology has been the primary focus, and innovations like artificial intelligence, blockchain, and green technologies. So this is evolution of patterns over the time. So in the upcoming meetings between you and me, I will try to pick a topic, as this is just the beginning. So I'll try to pick a topic from our big aims and discuss the topic or explain the topic to you in such a way that the primary focus is not only on the definitions or facts of the topic, but majority of the focus will be on the relevance of the topic with India or Indian technology advancements and current affairs, some of the policies. So we'll cover the basics of the topic, and I will design the course in such a way that once the basics are covered, the focus is directly shifted to application of the technology and some of the government policies, current affairs, etc. So I hope this is a very good start, and I'm glad to have you or discuss these ideas with you. And in the upcoming video, as I said, we will discuss about a topic in information technology, and we'll try to get started. Our aim is to cover the big aims, all the topics with emphasis area orientation. Try to cover the topics for both prelims as well as mains. I will try my best to uh, give or simplify science and technology for you, which is the main aim of this channel. So, this is it. And thank you for your time. I know you are preparing hard. And remember, every small addition, adds up to the bigger goal. And with this positive note, on this positive note, thank you very much for your time. And see you soon in our next discussion on the topic is artificial intelligence. So it is interesting, and we are trying to cover a topic from the big aims I, which is nothing but information technology. See you soon. It won't be late. Thank you. Jai Hind.